Celebrities are normal people, like most of us, before they get famous, and some people have had the opportunity to know them in that phase. Some of these celebrities were friends and even dated each other when they were younger, either in high school or college, and happily made memories with themselves that they will keep for a long time. Watch until the end of this video to know people that dated celebrities before they were famous. But before we get on with it, here's a quick reminder to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any new updates. Liam Neeson and Helen Mirren. The Oscar-winning actor and Taken actor dated for 5 years in the 80s, after meeting on the set of Excalibur in 1981, when Helen was still working to break through in the film and was mostly unknown. But according to Neeson, it was love at first sight, and the two started dating immediately after filming. Mirren confirmed during an episode of The Graham Norton Show in 2018, "We didn't date, we lived together, we were serious for a while." Sarah Jessica Parker and Robert Downey Jr. The now known actor of Iron Man and Sarah Jessica Parker walked the streets of Manhattan as Carrie Bradshaw. These two dated for 8 years. The pair met on the set of the 1984 drama Firstborn, and they were just 18 years old at the time. They shortly moved in together at a house in Los Angeles just 2 months after dating. Unfortunately, they broke things up in 1991. They broke things off due to Downey Jr.'s battles with addiction. "She provided me a home and understanding. She tried to help me. She was so miffed when I didn't get my act together," he told Parade. Drew Barrymore and Corey Feldman. The 14-year-old Drew Barrymore and 18-year-old Corey Feldman briefly dated. This wasn't the first time the couple had been together, though. In Feldman's memoir, Choreography, he wrote that the two first went on a date in 1985, when Barrymore was just 10 years old, and he was 14. They were set up by his manager at the time, who also happened to be Barrymore's mom. In the end, the two ended up breaking up in 1989, but the memories remain. Charlie Sheen and Robin Wright. Charlie Sheen has never been the one to hide things from the public when it comes to his relationships, but there's a particular one that missed the media almost entirely. His teenage love affair with Robin Wright, and the two were romantically involved from 1981 to 82. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Will Ferrell. After being introduced by a friend and playing best friends on the set of the 1997 film Trojan War, the two 18-year-olds fell in love with each other and became an item. Hewitt went on to guest star as a love interest for Freddie's character Eric in Boy Meets World before Love Hewitt became known for her role in I Know What You Did Last Summer. Jennifer Garner and Scott Foley. Jennifer Garner played Scott Foley's girlfriend on Felicity for 2 episodes in 1998, and they ended up falling in love with each other and got married in 2000, but then split in 2003. Garner believes she and Foley were the victims of Hollywood, which was the reason for their split. Everything is speeded up there. It's a fast lane for real life. And if something is not working, it is considered best to end it without much thought, she told InStyle. Juliette Lewis and Brad Pitt. Yes, there was a time that Brad Pitt wasn't Hollywood royalty. In 1989, he broke out in Thelma and Louise. Then 26-year-old Pitt began dating his 17-year-old Too Young to Die co-star Juliette Lewis. Despite the age difference, the pair ended up dating for 4 years before calling things up for quits in 1993. It amazes me that people are still fascinated that we went out for 4 years. I was a teenager at the time, and it's a lifetime away. I was in my high school years, and it was a wonderful, loving relationship with a fun, smart guy. Then it was over, and he went on to become incredibly famous, Lewis told the Daily Mail in 2010. Scarlett Johansson and Jack Antonoff. When they were in high school, Scarlett and Jack went to prom together. They dated for a year when they were both high schoolers at the Professional Children's School in New York City. Jennifer Grey and Matthew Broderick. Before Jennifer Grey became a household name for her role in Dirty Dancing, she fell in love with co-star Matthew Broderick on the set of Day Off. Until the summer of 1987, the couple's relationship was a secret until they had a terrible head-on accident off the coast of Ireland that ended up killing 2 people. The pair broke up not long after that incident, and Grey admitted to People that she was never the same after the accident. The impact was emotional and physical, she said. My body was never the same. My head was never the same. My ambition was never the same. Busy Phillips and Colin Hanks. Busy Phillips and Colin Hanks both attended Loyola Marymount University, and things got rolling from there. They dated for a long time, long enough to be with each other when they landed their first roles, and are still friends to this day. "He was my college boyfriend," Phillips said on Live with Kelly. "We met when I was 18 and Colin was 19. We are very close friends now. His wife and I are tight, and he and my husband hang out. We go on vacation together." Matthew Morrison and Kristen Bell. The duo paired up when they were New York University students, long before Bell became Veronica Mars, and Morrison made a name for himself on Broadway and in shows like Glee. Bell revealed in an interview with Us Weekly in 2010, "We actually dated very briefly. So I'll have to say maybe Matt Morrison is my favorite part of Glee for various reasons." Jessica Biel and Chris Evans. The two dated from 2001 to 2005, and she was already fairly well known for Seventh Heaven, but Chris was still in the process of getting things together, and had only played a few parts in a few miniseries and TV movies when they got together. However, this duo has come far since they had a romantic affair. Michael Keaton and Courtney Cox. The early to mid-80s brought Michael Keaton to Hollywood, and he began dating a then aspiring actress named Courtney Cox. The actress had done a recurring role on Family Ties, but her iconic time as Monica on Friends, which was her shot to stardom, was still a few years away when she and Keaton first started dating in 1989. They were together for 6 years and split in 1995, a year after Friends became a popular sitcom. George Clooney and Kelly Preston. The 80s sure seemed like it had so much action in it, as our favorite superstars now were all out for love and romance as much as they could, and it was even reciprocated. George Clooney and the late Kelly Preston, before they found lasting love on their respective spouses, Amal Clooney and John Travolta, well, their first young romance lasted from 1987 to 89, and they even lived together at Clooney's apartment for a while. Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance. Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance met in the master's program at the Yale School of Drama in the 80s, and were friends for 4 years before they got together romantically. However, the pair tied the knot in 1997, and welcomed twins in 2006. He had a beautiful girlfriend at the time who was also at drama school with us, Bassett remembers. So maybe about 14 years later, our paths crossed here in Los Angeles. And I was single, he was single, and I had such an aspiration for him over those years, of his consistency, how he treated people, what a supporter he is, and what a connector of people and ideas he is, how passionate he is, Bassett shared with People. Matthew Morrison and Lea Michele. Matthew Morrison had dated his future co-star, Lea Michele, during their time together on the Broadway scene, long before Fox's hit musical show Glee was even a thing. There were rumors about their relationship once the series aired, but the actors denied it and attributed their on-screen synchronization to their longtime friendship. Michelle came clean about the relationship in 2014 in her autobiography Brunette Ambition. "When we shot the pilot, I met Corey Monteith, Kevin McHale, Amber Riley, and Chris Colfer for the first time." Michelle wrote in the book, "I'd worked on Broadway with them before. Matt even had a friend of mine for years. In fact, we'd dated back in the day for a Broadway beat." Nicki Minaj and Aaron. Rapper Nicki Minaj opened up about the first ever boyfriend she had before she became a star. Her relationship with the man who's identified as Aaron lasted from 1997 to 2002. According to Nicki Minaj, her ex-boyfriend Aaron was an older guy who she was in a relationship with while she was attending LaGuardia, the prestigious performing arts school in Manhattan. As young love filled her life, she accidentally fell pregnant with Aaron, but decided to abort the baby, as she reveals on the album, The Pink Print. During an interview, the American Idol judge told the Rolling Stones that it was the hardest thing she'd ever had to do, but she made the decision because she had nothing to offer the baby. So Nicki took some time out and focused on crafting her art to become one of the biggest female artists before focusing on love again. Today, Nicki Minaj is married to Kenneth Petty, and they share a son. That's a wrap for this one, guys. We hope you liked it. These are some of Hollywood's stars who got into relationships before they were famous, and some who got into relationships with people they didn't know they were famous. Keep those comments buzzing. Don't forget to tell us which of these celebrity relationships you'd love to see today, and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. There's loads of exciting content that you're not going to want to miss out on.